Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming, and today we're going to be breaking down the best way to absolutely abuse the new KP changes. With the new split of Season 13, Respawn has added in some changes to the way that KP works in the game right now, giving more rewards for kills throughout the game instead of giving a hard drop-off. So by the end of this video, you guys will start to understand how to be squeezing every last drop of RP out of your games. And I know that you guys are all looking to improve at Apex, but if you want to see drastic improvement to your Apex skills, then you need to check out the GameLeap website. Over there we have top level coaches creating 10 plus guides a week that you won't be able to find anywhere else. And right now is the best time to sign up because we are actually offering a very limited time 50% off sale. So click the link in the description, use code RANK50 to get your discount and start to improve today. Now, last split we saw more of a placement style meta, where teams were rotating hard for zone and playing for endgame, making sure to hit those 5 and 3rd place RP bumps. But right now with the new changes to KP, you can actually rack up some insane points just by getting kills all through the game, so we are seeing another highly aggressive meta coming into play. Like, just to put an example out there, NRG Sweet Dreams was able to drop 25 squad kills in a game, 13 of which were full KP and 8 were participation. That combined with a win was 295 RP in one game while being Diamond 2, so the entry cost was 59 points. So how do you start to get these massive games? Well, it all starts in the dropship. You need to start looking to do what is called a reaction drop. This is where you look around in the dropship and see where everyone is going. A reaction drop allows you to see what side of the map has the most amount of people on it. That way you can plan for rotations later in the game and know what side of the map had more people on it and what areas are likely to have fights later on. Really pay attention to that kind of stuff because it's going to be coming back later on in the video. When originally looking around though, try to spot 2 to 3 teams that are contesting a single POI. If there's a safe spot to land near them that is uncontested, then drop there. An example is, say 2 teams are landing Big Mod. You can try to land Lava City to yourself or even potentially Geyser. You and your team need to loot up as fast as possible and look to immediately third party the fighting teams. Try to wait for knocks if possible though, or until you are certain that those teams are fully committed onto each other. If you are trying to force something way too early, then you can end up becoming the target and you'll drop a fat negative because those 2 teams will stop fighting, focus you, and you're just going to end your game right there. When engaging though, look for the team that was winning the fight, wipe them, and then continue to press their advantage onto the losing team to keep the ball rolling. By getting this early fight in, you will be able to secure your 100% KP right off the bat and be able to take smarter fights throughout the game because you are not as desperate for kills. Now, let's say that you've killed 3 people in that fight. You've hit the first threshold. 1 to 3 kills is 100% value. 3 to 6 is your next threshold. This is 80% value. And the best way to get these kills is by remembering what side of the map was hot. If you think back to the side that had a lot of teams dropping on it, then you can do 2 things with that information. The first option is to rotate to the hot side and try to catch another third party. The second option is to hard push to the cold side to take isolated 3v3s. Both have their risks and both have their rewards, and one isn't necessarily better than the other. The way to decide what is best for you is basically what kind of way you want to play the game out. Do you want to be right in the thick of the action where more and more teams can show up, or do you want to take the more isolated fights where it's less likely to get third party, but you're also in a straight up fight where anything can happen? Like I said, they're both good options. I can't really tell you which one is better because it's completely up to you, but these options will get you over your 80% value kills. So the next goal is to get the 7 to 9 kills, and these are your 60%ers. Now, there are a lot of ways to get these. You can get them by fighting off third parties or even picking up rats and stragglers from teams that are fighting. But in my opinion, the best way is after you get your 6 kills, start making your way to the endgame zone. And try to pick a spot that's near the edge that is still a fairly strong vantage point. As teams rotate in and get stuck, they will start to panic, and those will be easy cleanup kills. This is the real money makers of your game because depending on the rounds, you can actually hit the jackpot and be shooting fish in a barrel, racking up kill after kill. The potential for these are endless and can even take you past the 9 kill mark and get you into the 10 to 12 range, which are the 40% values. The sky is the limit really with these kind of positions, but after you break those 12 kills and start getting 13 and above, then you're down to 20% value for the remainder of the game. Now, this is where things start to get tricky. Because you were on edge the entire game, the final zones may not be too kind to you, and you're really going to have to pull some handles out of the bag in order to pull off the win. You can get some lucky zone pulls, or teams may even int onto each other and you can third party, taking their spot and keeping the ball rolling. There are a bunch of different things that can happen, but one thing you may have to do is just kind of take the death on edge. There are games where you're going to be held out, or have a bad zone, or every team is looking at you and you cannot find a safe spot. It's part of the aggressive edge style that comes with getting these kills. But over time, you will start to develop a strategy that works for you and your squad when pulling up to endgame. And maybe even you have a Valkyrie on your team and you can fly to a good spot and salvage the game. There are a ton of possibilities, and edge is really just what you make it. Do keep in mind though guys, this is a very high risk, high reward style of play. Third parties are everywhere, and there's teams that are doing some really weird things constantly, and it can really throw off the edge style of play. If you want to be this highly offensive team, I do recommend that you build a team comp around this style and make sure to have some very key areas covered. Mainly that being Valkyrie, because she's able to offer so much value with her ultimate. You can get out of zone if you're being gate kept, or you can just get into some really easy endgame spots. It's actually insane how strong she is to this style of play. Another legend that I do recommend is Ashe. While her tactical and her ultimate are great for pushing teams and really punishing those who are caught out, it's really her passive that comes into play here. Being able to see the fights on the map makes it a lot easier to plan out third parties and catch teams on rotations. So you're able to keep racking up kills just because you were able to see who is fighting where on the map. And then your third is a flexible option. You can have Bloodhound, Seer, Newcastle, Gibraltar, just really whatever you as a team need or who your third is comfortable playing. If you guys are having a really hard time keeping track of teams in fights and seeing where people are flanking you from, then maybe pick up a Bloodhound or a Seer. Right now, Seer is a little bit better than Bloodhound because his heartbeat sensor can counter rats that may be hiding in tunnels trying to lay a trap for you, but Bloodhound is also a fairly good option still. The ultimate is fantastic in fights and you can be so aggressive with it. But if you find yourselves dying a lot and you're not able to reset fast enough for third parties, then maybe check out Newcastle or Gibraltar. Both of them are insanely good at resetting fights and making sure that third parties have a tougher time pushing you. But if you guys are able to really lock down this style of play, you can rack up some insane points and be able to climb the ranks super easily and maybe even hit a new peak rank. Now though, I want to throw it over to you guys. What style of play do you most enjoy? Are you a rotate hard for zoning, get kills at the end? Are you more of an edge aggressive style player, or do you just go with the flow and whatever happens happens? Let me know in the comments down below. But with all this being said guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.